Hold up. Yeah.
It's qualifying time here in Italy as the cars...
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Foxy90. Yo, welcome back to a brand new F1 2015 career mode video for you guys today here on my channel. I'm sorry that I haven't posted to start off with in a very long time, and two reasons. Number one, I've been really busy with work at the moment, because I've actually just gone back to school now, and I've got loads of work to do, and I want to make sure that I do it, because last year I kind of fucked up a bit. So this year, I'm trying to make sure that I get that straight. So YouTube is going to slow down a bit. I will do a vlog very soon explaining how the upload schedule is going to go. And also, I didn't really know what game to really record until I went onto my videos, and I found out I haven't finished this F1 series, which is just retarded. So I'm going to be straight up trying to record F1 now for the rest of the time until the new games come out. Basically, I just want to finish this series off because I haven't finished it, and I'm stupid for not finishing it, because apart from the fact that there's been the FIFA 16 news, the demos come out, which is absolutely horrendous. The FIFA 16 demo is a pile of crap. The Black Ops 3 beta, I bummed the crap into it, and I absolutely loved it. But we are back now with F1 2015, and I am going to be only uploading F1 2015 because I want to finish this series. I don't want any more distractions. I just want to finish it, make sure that it's all crisp and clean. But we are here in Monza for qualifying. It is peeing down with rain, but as you can see, for the first and middle sector, we have managed to get ourselves a good advantage against Lewis Hamilton, who is obviously going to be starting in second place because he's always at the front of the field, and he is our championship rival, and hopefully we can build up a good result. But as we come round towards the Parabolica now, you can see we have got a good advantage over Lewis Hamilton. I've put just pure speed on the car. This is the fastest track on the calendar, and as you can see, that is going to be pole position for us here in Monza. That's the first time we've got pole position since backing Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix. So it's absolutely amazing. We finally got pole position for once again, and I'm going to let the commentators say their little bit. We're going to get onto it and finish this thing off.
What a great qualifying performance there by Sebastian Vettel. It's going to put him in a really strong position for the race tomorrow.
Well, it was a fantastic result, but he'll know you don't get any points on a Saturday, and to make this a great weekend for the team, he needs to do the same thing tomorrow.
It's Sunday afternoon here at Monza, and you're in for a treat at this classic Formula One track. Welcome to the Italian Grand Prix. An exceptional lap time yesterday saw Sebastian Vettel take pole. Can anyone touch him this weekend, or will it be a one-sided contest?
There are a lot of variables that can cause a driver to be happy with the car one day to struggling with it the next. Track temperature, excessive tyre wear, or a change of fuel load can all affect the feel of a car. He'll definitely be hoping that when the race gets underway, he's got the same balance as he enjoyed in qualifying.
The last race saw the best performance of the season for Kimi Räikkönen. The Finn will be hoping that he can find a similar performance today.
Kimi hasn't looked as comfortable in his second stint with Ferrari as he did in the first, but the last Grand Prix was a bit more like the Kimi of old. He needs to find that level of performance week in, week out though, if Ferrari are to compete for the top positions in the Constructors' Championship.
Alright then, so as you can see, we are going to be on the grid now. You can see the 5 lights are turning on. That's going to start the Italian Grand Prix, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. A decent start by us. You can see Lewis Hamilton on our right-hand side seems to have got a better start. You can in fact see him right there on your picture. He is now jumped in front of us. Rosberg is directly to our left, so I had literally nowhere to go. But as we head into turn 1, we managed to outbrake both Mercedes cars beautifully, and we have managed to maintain the advantage between me and the Mercedes. A little bit of an incident's gone on into turn 1. You can see there's a car there that's actually gone, something's happened in turn 1. But as we head now down towards the second chicane here, we've got Lewis Hamilton right up our bum hole for some comfort, which isn't very nice. But we have got 1/10 of a second in it, and that is all. But now we come towards the Lesmo corners. You can see Lewis Hamilton now starting to try and settle into the car a bit. It's all chaotic at the start of every single race, and I was looking to try and make sure that I settled in, and hopefully I didn't lose any places. Get the tyres and the brakes up to temperature, meaning for a good and decent and awesome race. But we come now down under the old banking of the Italian Grand Prix. Now coming up towards the Ascari chicane, which is right here now. Very difficult chicane to get right. We actually did okay here. A little bit swivelly and wobbly around the Ascari. but that's not too much to worry about. As we come now down towards the main straight here, or the back straight here, towards the Parabolica, Hamilton goes for a move on us round the inside of the Parabolica bend. We give him the space. Hamilton, though, decides to back out of it. I don't even know if he backed out of it, to be honest. I think he did back out of it. Yeah, he's just backed out of it there. We come now down towards the pit straight here, and this is where it's going to get interesting, because this is where we're going to unleash the raw speed of the Ferrari, because you can see we're going 215 miles an hour, still increasing. Rosberg, Hamilton squabbling behind, 220 miles an hour as we break into the chicane, now down to about 30 miles an hour in literally like 2.5 seconds, which is absolutely insane. The brakes on these cars are amazing, and that's going to end the first lap of the Grand Prix. And we're going to get a replay of it. So you can see from the start here, we get a decent start. Lewis Hamilton, you can see alongside here. I decided to fend him off, decided to stop the slipstream for Rosberg so he wouldn't be able to pass us. Into the chicane, we managed to get a good braking point here. Hamilton and Rosberg squabbling a little bit further behind to try and just off the position. You see the green flag there because someone went off. Now as we come down, you can see Lewis Hamilton right behind us. He really wants to get the move done and try and get a move done on us. As we come towards the second chicane, Hamilton really just tucked up behind us as we get through this second chicane here. We did it all right. We went a little bit wide there onto the gravel trap, which is kind of annoying. And we break now down towards the Lesmo corners here. Hamilton, Rosberg, Raikkonen, Bottas, and Massa, I think, is the order. We do run a little bit wide again, but as you can see, there's no problem with that. We can just get back onto the circuit without losing any positions, and we're all good and well. You can see now come down towards Ascari. Lewis Hamilton really close to us. He does have a little bit of a look at us, but for some reason he decides not to go the move, and we managed to maintain the position. But you can see I went very poor through Ascari. You can see that there. Down the back straight then, Lewis Hamilton is in our slipstream. I didn't move out of the slipstream, which was a bit of a silly move, because I thought I had enough speed to cope with that. But Hamilton thought, nope, I'm going to go for a move on you, bitch. And it didn't work for him, unfortunately. It just didn't. So we come around the Parabolica. Hamilton losing a little bit of a grip, and we managed to go right round the outside of Hamilton, maintaining the position. And coming down the long back straight, as you can see, Rosberg right up in the slipstream of Hamilton. He's going to have a little run at him going down into turn 1. Raikkonen sitting there behind. Bottas as well, also really close into the mix here. And you can see the Lotus and the Red Bull battling further onwards. We skip ahead though to lap 4 of this Grand Prix, and you can see we have just entered into the second chicane here. We've managed to build ourselves a good gap between us and the Mercedes cars, dropping us out of the DRS threat, so the two Mercedes will not be hassling me for a very long time as we come past through the Lesmo corners. But it starts to get a little bit interesting, not between me, but the two Mercedes. You can see them on your screen right now here. This is Nico Rosberg, sorry. He's got the DRS going into Ascari, and he has just gone straight past Lewis Hamilton with a brilliant move there with DRS. But the two Mercedes decide to embroil in a sneaky little battle that we're going to commentate over. So Lewis Hamilton here goes to the left-hand side. Rosberg stays on the right-hand side, giving the inside line into Parabolica. And as you can see here, contact is actually made between the two Mercs. Not once, but twice. They decided to hit each other twice here. Hamilton decides to attack Nico Rosberg. Rosberg now, I checked to see if Raikkonen was anywhere near them. He's nowhere near them. So we're going to stay back on the two Mercedes here. Rosberg, however, has got DRS because I decided to have a look because I saw him just blitz past Lewis Hamilton. And he has done so in fine style. And he maintains second place going into turn 1. You can see us there, just exiting the chicane there. Our beautiful red Ferrari at its home Grand Prix, doing a brilliant job out front. But it's the two Mercedes that we're interested in because they're scrapping hard. So we've got Nico Rosberg in second, Lewis Hamilton currently in third, who we are riding on board with right now. Rosberg, you can see here, trying to see if he can find a way past. Unfortunately for Lewis Hamilton, he's not going to find a way past. So we skip a little bit further on that same lap then, just cutting out the little quick part of the Lesmos. Hamilton's now got DRS going into Ascari. This time, he's going to make the move going into Ascari, makes it stick. However, he changes some gay settings on his steering wheel. And now Rosberg's back in front again. So we can see as they come now down towards the back straight here, Hamilton slots into Rosberg's toe, switches to the left-hand side again. He decides to go for the same place as he did last time. They've got literally the same amount of speed. They go for the Parabolica. More contact is made. Hamilton and Rosberg then have actually hit each other. That's cost Hamilton big time. And that was kind of the only bit of the battle there. Hamilton did eventually close back up onto Rosberg, but he did not mount another challenge like we saw there. But as we come for the Parabolica, we're now riding back on board myself here on lap 6 of the Grand Prix. Because not a lot of things really happened after that. There was just a little small fight with Hamilton and Rosberg. But we come into the pit lane now. You can see the two Mercedes, I think, are pitting at the same time because of this stupid glitch where they pit both cars at the same time because this game doesn't know how to function. Two cars going into the pits. But We switch out for the soft tire. We switch out the soft tires and put on the medium compound tires. A very decent gap between us and the Mercedes cars anyway, so it was kind of it wasn't really a bad thing. I think Lewis Hamilton may have been second going into those pits. I think that's Rosberg there. So Hamilton, I think, may have got held up, which is good for us because it means that we can start increasing our points tally after our 4th place finish in, was it 4th? It was either 4th or 5th place in Spa in the previous race, which was ages ago. But we make a small little detour there across the chicane because we make a little bit of a mistake here. And we skip a lot of things. Now you can see on lap 7 here, we're coming through the long straight, just heading towards the chicane, the second chicane here in Monza after making our pit stop. And unfortunately, as you can see, we skipped to lap 13. Absolutely nothing else happened to the Grand Prix. There was literally just the start where we had the Mercedes right behind us, and then the 2 Mercedes went into a little bit of a fight for 2 laps. That was literally it for this race. We can see we're just coming through the Ascari bend now. We've got a little, well, our tyres are starting to go off a bit now, and you can see Rosberg about 6 or so seconds behind us. And we literally just dominated the whole Grand Prix. We had the setup perfect. We went for pure speed, and it's worked an absolute treat for us. We come around the Parabolica now, and that is going to bring it in home. Sebastian Vettel is going to win his home Grand Prix for Ferrari. Ferrari, Italy, is the place you want to be. Fantastic win for us, nevertheless, though. A great win for Sebastian Vettel. The Tifosi home crowd are going to be ecstatic about that. We can see there we go, top of the table. Hamilton managing to finish in 3rd place. We do manage to gain 10 points on Lewis Hamilton, which is awesome. And you can see our red Ferrari. Unfortunately, it was a really, really short race, which I'm kind of disappointed about. But that's maybe the end of the race. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the end of the episode. No. Let's just quickly let these guys celebrate. Wait for it. Alright, when the fuck is this going to happen? And now, we are back in Singapore. I thought the race was really boring, so we got the 5 lights, and we are out for Singapore. We started in 7th position here. Massa and Bottas get a good start here. I will explain this all in a minute. Grosjean, as you can see, gets alongside us. Massa and Bottas, there's so many people. I had a bad qualifying, basically, here. We tap Bottas' bumhole, and we go around the inside of him. So as we make that move there, basically, Bottas is actually staying alongside us here. You can see he's actually challenging us. He did not like it when I put my nose up his ass. So we're going to go around the outside of Bottas, and a great move. I thought the Italian Grand Prix had a little bit of entertainment in it, but I didn't think it was enough entertainment for one episode. So we are back in Singapore, and also I'm going to probably be trying to do as many double episodes, double races as possible to try and get this series over as quickly as possible so I don't keep it dragging on any longer. But we started in 7th place. Basically, it was raining in qualifying, and I struggled so badly in Singapore. This is just one of my nightmare Grand Prix to be at, and it's, when I say nightmare, it literally is a night race. Haha, banter. There is no banter in that. But we come through towards this tricky little section here on the first lap of the Grand Prix. Bottas really close behind us. We are currently in 4th position, so we did qualify in 7th place. Massa, Bottas and Ricciardo were in front of us, but we managed to take care of them into the first few corners. We got Kimi Räikkönen, who is closing up on the 2 Mercedes out in front. Hamilton leads, Rosberg 2nd, Räikkönen 4th. I am in 4th position at the moment in time, and hopefully we can try and close them up. But I don't know, like this circuit for me was it was just a horror. Like, it was so bad. It was, I don't really know. Like, I tried to, I literally, I'm kind of spoiling this at the same time. But basically, every time I tried to close up on these AIs, I'd close up on them, and then they would just pull out so much. In the middle, in the first sector, I was the quickest guy in the first sector, so I was closing up on the Ferrari in front of me and the 2 Mercedes. But then going through the middle and the final sector and the tight, twisty sections and everywhere else, I was probably the slowest out of everyone. It was so bad to be in. I had horrible understeer in the car. I put the wing quite high, but anyway, let's just forget about that. We're going to get a replay of the start here. So you can see we get a pretty poor start. Grosjean gets in front of us. We brake quite late going into 2-1. Massa gets bogged down by the Ricciardo, and then we go around the inside of Valtteri Bottas, putting my nose up his bumhole to try and push him along a little bit. Bottas didn't like that I put my nose up his arse, so then he tries to come round us, but unfortunately, we go right round the outside of Bottas, and we make the move stick. So you can see there, Hamilton leads, Rosberg 2nd, Räikkönen 3rd, I am there in 4th place, just chilling as I am with Bottas right up my bum, which isn't the nicest thing in the world, trust me. I don't like it when Bottas is really close to my anus. But anyway, we're just going to stop talking about that now, because it's just getting really awkward. But You can see, so Raikkonen, and you can already see the advantage that they've had. If I had a better qualifying session, preferably if it wasn't in the flipping rain, which would have helped my cause, I would have maybe be able to mount a challenge, or maybe even be in the podium positions. Annoyingly, I'm not in the podium positions, and you can already see the small gap that they bought already. I somehow need to try and close that back on a track where I struggle badly with understeer and low speed, and it's just a nightmare. But we're going to continue anyway. We're going to try and do as best as we can to try and grab as many points as we can in this race, because we didn't do well in Spa. We should have won the Belgian Grand Prix, thanks to the pit stop problems. And we won the Italian Grand Prix, which is what I wanted to do. So we only won one of the two that I really wanted. So here in Singapore, which is a race that I do not do well at all, we need to try and make sure that we keep Bottas behind us. Because if Bottas gets behind us, Bottas gets in front of us, that's going to be poor for the championship. But we skip ahead to lap 8 of this Grand Prix. So now you can see why I put two races in, because the two races were boring. But anyway, we go really, really poor into the pit lane here. We're going to show it from just a standard POV for this pit lane limiter. We come into our slots here. Hamilton and Rosberg pitted on lap 7. Raikkonen pitted in on lap 8. But if I tried to come in this on a lap earlier, on lap 8, I would have got stuck behind Kimi Raikkonen and been held up. So I had to go out for another lap longer, which was just a disaster because the tyres were just shocking and I understeered everywhere. And it cost us. So we come out of the pit lane here. God, my throat is killing me. Oh well. You can see Bottas is 3rd, Rosberg is 4th, and I've dropped down to 5th. So, Hamilton leads, and I'm currently 5th. Ricciardo is right behind me, and I did not want to lose a place to Ricciardo, which would just be even worse for me. But you can see Rosberg and Bottas have jumped me, which is an absolute pain, because I really just need to... I didn't want that, because personally, I didn't think I was going to catch him. Because Bottas was constantly at my bum. He couldn't find a way past, luckily. Ricciardo trying to find a way past, and I was like, no, you ain't getting past me. But I saw just in front, Bottas and Rosberg are squabbling. Now, if Rosberg, I was hoping, I've got two options here. I could either try and catch them, but I'm trying to catch them both. Hopefully, I can either catch Rosberg and Bottas and take a podium position, which would just mean everything, because I can't race around here. Or, if Rosberg and Bottas squabble enough, I can hopefully try and just gain back the position that I lost to Valtteri Bottas, and that would just be that would kind of soothe it a bit, maintain the 4th position. But before we do that, we've got to close them down, and you can see Bottas and Rosberg squabbling heavily. I think Rosberg may have actually just got the position here. We go into rich fuel mixture now, because we want to try and close them down as quickly as possible, and I want to make sure that I can get past Bottas as soon as possible, or even Rosberg. But you see there, Rosberg has cleanly made his way past Valtteri Bottas. This kind of annoyed me, because I wanted to try and get Rosberg and Bottas. Now the race was on, I needed to get Bottas, because I need to maintain 4th position. The more points that I can grab, the less damage it's going to do to my championship hopes. Because at this moment in time, Hamilton is out in the lead and is going to take 15 points away from me. I want to make sure that at the moment he can only take about 13, maybe 12 points away from me. You can see we're coming down towards the pit straight here. We've got DRS on Valtteri Bottas, which is the first starter. We need that. We're on lap 10 now. I want to make sure. I try to have a little look into turn 1. Not really going to happen there, but we did close up massively. And now we're back on Bottas's bum. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's just really awkward. But we're coming now down towards this turn. I think it's turn 3, turn 4. We get that pretty much spot on. We come towards the second DRS zone now. You can see the DRS has been activated. Bottas has it as well because he's in the 1 second window on Rosberg. But I couldn't be bothered to stay behind Bottas anymore. Went for a very late braking maneuver. Bottas moved over, little wobble a bit. And a beautiful diving late braking maneuver from Sebastian Vettel. Rosberg just in front, and as you can see, that's all that happened in Singapore. So, a little bit happened in Italy, nothing at all happened in Singapore, so I thought I'd just put it into one race for you guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the video, though. We did finish in 4th place for Singapore. Make sure to leave a like rating, subscribe for some more content here on my channel, gaming content, and yeah, that's going to leave it for Italy. We managed to win that race. Singapore, we finished 4th. The gap between me and Hamilton is down to 9 points. Hopefully, we can try and try and get a better result in Japan. But until then, guys, I'll see you in another video. Take care. Goodbye.